truly theirs. But it means we have to let go. You know, we can't control a project in Africa from here in Denver, or from Atlanta, or from Toronto. We have to let go. We've got to empower the community and have them take ownership. And of course, if we do bring in safe water, then there's no point in bringing safe, clean water unless we accompany that with training in hand washing. I've seen many instances where the water is pure, certainly safe to drink, and they'll put it into a jug and carry it in the house. But before they put it in the jug, somebody went into the toilet, they haven't washed their hands, so we're now repolluting what had been safe water. Hand washing, personal hygiene, very, very important component. And yet I very seldom see that in the description of any project, be it World Vision, be it Rotary, be it any of these other large organizations. It's an afterthought too often. And those of you who are in Rotary, think of matching grants that you put together, how often is the training in behavior? And even more critical, we very seldom go back, and I'm talking a collective of many organizations that should water and sanitation, we very seldom go back, even 5 years later, to see if things are still working. We just assume that because we've done it for somebody, these people want to have safe water, they want to have sanitation, they've got to maintain it. It doesn't happen. And this is a major issue now. We have a team in WASRAG that's, we've teamed up, our team in WASRAG has teamed up with the University of North Carolina to implement a comprehensive system of monitoring and evaluation. And we have to go back, not just at the end of the year, but 3 to 5 to maybe 7 or even 10 years and say, is that service still operating the way it was intended? If not, then very clearly there's been once again a significant waste of dollars and of human effort that went into it. Fortunately, Rotary is in the lead in getting results. There are other organizations that are with us. Engineers Without Borders, which many of you know, based here in Boulder. Water for People, based here right in Denver. They are in the lead, but a lot are not. Help the local community decide what they want. Don't tell them. Listen to them. Act as a facilitator, because very often they'll say this is what they want. You know, they want a Cadillac, what a Chevrolet will do. We'll have to be able to talk them down and say, well, why do you need this very, very lavish system? Wouldn't this work? Well, no, we want this. And say, okay, but if you want that, then that means you're going to have to be paying so much per litre for your water. Oh, didn't think about that. We thought you would Rotary would put that. No, no, no. They've got to understand the implications of what they're asking for. And this is where we play a vital role, helping them look at alternatives. If they want a well, did I go back on that one? Yes, I did. Something happened there. No, wrong. Okay, so yeah. The community has to define the need, and it means they have to understand the implications of what they're asking for. We empower the community. Let the community make the decisions. After all, it's their community, their success. And when you say the word community, I'm also thinking of the host Rotary Club, the boots on the ground that Skip referred to, the people, the Rotarians who are part of that community, whose future is intimately tied up with the community where they're living. That's the Rotarian group that should be helping the community to make decisions, with expertise from us if appropriate, but that's where the decisions will be made. Focus on outcomes, not just outputs, outcomes. If there is a water system, be it rainwater harvesting, or a well, or a filtration system, how can this affect the quality of life and or livelihood in the community? What will it mean in terms of enabling the community to generate more income? And we find, by the way, the multiplier effect from water is anywhere between 4 and 30. In other words, $1 on water will generate additional income of anywhere between $4 and up to $30, depending on the application, depending on the nature of the installation or the intervention. Empower the community. Focus on outcomes. And adapt to local culture, i.e. the bamboo. Whatever is appropriate locally, local materials. And wherever possible, let's create employment in the local community. Let's not ship from here. Many Rotary clubs still buy, and ship. A wonderful example in Haiti, where the Rotarians there have built a factory to manufacture biosand filters, created employment and providing safe water at the same time. There's another operation in Niger. The Rotary Club of Olean, New York, went there to help the community drill wells for water. And the initial thinking was bringing in one of these mechanized drills on the back of the truck. It cost about $12,000 to drill down and get the water. But this is a very poor community, roughly 50%, 60% unemployment. So Carl Wall, the member of that Rotary Club in Olean, said, look, we're crazy bringing in this high-tech stuff to drill wells and be skilled operators. Why don't we help the local people to drill wells manually? So they did. Hand auger going down, and wherever they came into some hard rock, they have a percussion drill, like a bicycle wheel on a frame, a heavy piece of rock attached to it, sharpened, and a rope. And they walk away like 6 of them, over here, and then they let it go. That rock shoots down, fractures the rock, and they can continue drilling. It costs $2,000 to drill that kind of well. And with creating employment, there's an ownership on the part of the local community, adapting to local culture, and definitely monitoring and evaluation. So this is what we're doing. Already very, very successful. Africa, as you can expect, some major undertakings, 55 projects reported. And this is another major problem in Rotary. We don't know what's going on. We just hear about the projects where they're looking for money or some expertise. We believe there's a lot more than that. 58 in Uganda. Those 2 countries, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, all part of District 9200. They've got a very cohesive water program in that district, and they will tell you that they are going to run the water projects. You're very welcome to help them. You're very welcome to provide expertise. You're welcome to provide funding. But they say, we're going to decide what's needed and how it's done. India, as you might expect, a huge number of projects. But Rotary is working around the world. And there are many other countries. For example, many other countries, including Mongolia, for example, Afghanistan. Rotary is working in all of those places. We have a lot of success to our credit, but at the same time, we have to be alert to some of the issues which I highlighted earlier. This is a typical rainwater harvesting installation in Nakuru in Kenya. The Rotary Club provides materials, cement, rebar, mortar, sand, and the wives, typically this lady, would work with the community to build that tank. You notice up there, there's a downspout, and beyond that there are the eaves trough catching the water, diverting into that tank. That tank is 10,000 liters, 10 cubic meters. That will see them through the dry season. It eliminates the need for those women to trek 5 to 6 miles several times a day to bring water. It will transform the livelihood in the community. And that one has been supported by the Rotary Club of Nakuru put money into it, but also a Rotary Club in the Netherlands, and there are many others with support from clubs in BC, various parts of the US, and in England too. But that is a typical water tank, a household unit, which is built by the homeowner and will last for 10 years at least. This is another example of a Rotary project, a public toilet in the slum in Nairobi. Here the Rotarians help the community get organized. They help the community hold an election as to who would be the equivalent of the foreman or the supervisor with the people in the shed. Then the Rotarians provided the materials and some training, and the local community built that public toilet. And there are other examples like it. 2 parts of it, there's a part for the ladies, part for the men, and hand washing, and even shower facilities. That's an example of the success, driven by the local community. And other examples, fresh water coming out of this young kid. Another example, a water tower, water's pumped up there, and you can see this is in Berlin, the Rotary Club of Willer involved in that, a cooperative venture This is the kind of thing that Rotarians